I never put my hands on anybody. I never raised my voice too loud. Like, this was one of them times where it was like...
According to recent reports, Canadian rapper Tory Lanez is going to be spending a lot more time inside over the next few weeks, as a judge has ordered him to be placed under house arrest until his trial against Megan Thee Stallion finally begins at the end of November. This developing story has left many of Tory's fans wondering where exactly it is he'll be keeping a low profile over the next month. Will it be in his condo apartment in Florida? Or how about a formal rental home not far from there that he celebrated his birthday in last year? Also, Michael and I have dropped our own house tour of our new home that we moved into this year, so go ahead and subscribe to our personal channel if you want to see where we're living and more of what we're up to. In these videos, we don't reveal any addresses, and even though I've done a house tour of my own place, please do not show up at any private residences because it's not safe for anyone. We'll dive more into which of those two properties it might be in a few more minutes, but first, a little background in regards to what's going on with Tory in the first place. At this point, I probably don't really need to go over his feud with Megan Thee Stallion, Tory's one-time friend and rumored flame. So here's a little bit of notes on what happened. In the summer of 2020, a violent altercation erupted in the backseat of an SUV between these two, which would end with Megan accusing Tory of having shot her in the feet. They've been waiting on the trial to unfold ever since. Unfortunately for Tory, he recently got involved in another alleged incident with yet another celebrity. This time it was August Alsina, and his recent house arrest order stemmed directly from this altercation, in which he was said to have beaten up the R&B singer in Chicago a few weeks ago. Back on September 18th, August Alsina would take to social media to claim he had been assaulted by Tory after crossing paths with the rapper backstage at the concert. The story goes that Tory approached the singer and offered to shake his hand after the two had exchanged some bitter words on Twitter during the weeks before. Rather than take the offered olive branch, August walked away. That's apparently when everything broke loose. Video would later surface of the incident, and while it doesn't show the fight itself, it does reveal Tory walking after August and later reappearing on screen as someone else says, Tory said he just knocked August Alsina right out. One punch crushed him. August would then post images of the aftermath of the fight to Instagram, and it certainly looks like someone did a solid number on him. After the images leaked, Tory would maintain his innocence, claiming he had no idea what August was talking about. No doubt because he was already facing some serious prison time after being charged for assault with a semi-automatic weapon in connection to what went down with Megan. A few months ago in April, Tory was even taken into custody for violating a restraining order that was in place to protect Megan from coming into contact with him. Tory wound up having to pay $350,000 in bail and was then released. Now Megan's lawyers are arguing that Tory deserves to be remanded into custody after being involved in another violent incident with Alsina. As far as his prosecutors are concerned, Tory's attack on Alsina violated the conditions of his bail in Megan's case, and they've accused the rapper of posing a threat to public safety. Tory's attorney has, of course, pushed back against these demands, noting that no charges have been filed by Alsina against Tory, and that as far as anyone knows, the singer's claims are only allegations. So what wound up happening? Well, the judge split the difference. Rather than lock Tory up in a prison cell, the decision was made to confine the rapper to his home with a GPS monitor attached to his ankle beginning on Friday, October 28th. Tory must remain under house arrest until November 28th, the start date of his trial against Megan Thee Stallion. If he winds up being convicted as charged, Tory could face a possible max sentence of 22 years and 8 months in state prison, something that Megan would be perfectly happy with. She told Rolling Stone earlier this year, "I want him to go to jail." Well, where is it exactly that Tory might be spending the next 4 weeks? Let's check out a couple of his options. The most likely suspect when it comes to where Tory will be crashing for the next month or so is a corner penthouse condo on the 49th floor of Brickell Heights East in Miami, Florida. Tory purchased this 3-bedroom and 3-bath unit in late 2018 for a reported $1.8 million. The apartment boasts 2,182 square feet of space and features what's said to be some breathtaking views of the nearby Biscayne Bay, not to mention some amazing skyline vistas. When this unit was originally up for sale a few years ago, it was marketed as the absolute best according to the listing information. It's said to include details like contemporary Italian cabinets, imported stone countertops, and floor-to-ceiling tinted glass walls that surround the dramatic, open concept living space consisting of the living room and kitchen. Better yet, the building itself comes with its own rooftop pool, spa, a fully loaded gym, and plenty of gathering spaces for throwing a celebration or two. Something that Tory no doubt took advantage of while living here. But here's the thing, Tory's ownership of this condo has actually fallen into question over the past few months, and paperwork filed in Miami-Dade County would suggest that Tory is facing foreclosure on his home. The rapper, whose real name is Daystar Peterson, is mentioned in a notice of foreclosure that was filed with the clerk of courts on February 4th, 2022, as well as a separate lawsuit that was filed 1 month later in March. The notice and lawsuit were both filed by BH 4908, which is a limited liability company registered in Florida, owned by the people who sold the condo to Tory. Legal documents show that Tory took out a promissory note with the LLC for $1.26 million in 2018. This was said to include interest-only payments in the monthly amount of around $11K, as well as a balloon payment of $1.237 million that was to be due on December 1st, 2021. Well, unfortunately for Tory, with everything that's been going on in his life since summer 2020, making that balloon payment seemed to have slipped his mind. According to the complaint filed by the LLC, Tory made only the monthly payments but failed to pony up when it came to that $1 million payout. As a result, the complaint filed with the court includes 2 counts, mortgage foreclosure, and the breach of this promissory note. The LLC has asked the court to be allowed to sell Tory's property and pay off the loan. If this were to happen, Tory would be left without a residence in Miami. In fact, he might be left without a permanent residence anywhere in the United States, as this is the only home he has a paper trail connecting him to. In late March 2022, Tory's roommate in Florida, Sebastian Rompotis, a songwriter that Tory's worked with many times, was the only one in the condo, so he wound up being served with this $1.2 million lawsuit. As a result, the lawsuit can now move forward, but Lanez has yet to respond to the case. His apartment also hasn't popped up on any listings as I can tell, which should mean that he could probably still own it and spend the next month or so waiting out his house arrest as his trial against Megan gets ready to proceed. But even if Tory ends up winning that case, he's still got this lawsuit against the former owners of his condo to deal with. In other words, it doesn't seem like Tory Lanez can catch a break. If Tory does wind up getting kicked out of his Florida condo before the end of November, another place he might be able to head is a Florida home he rented only a few months ago. When Tory was looking to celebrate his 29th birthday in the summer of 2021, he spared no expense securing himself this stunning-looking rental estate, which he advertised across social media as a celebration in which only women could RSVP. While I'm sure all those women enjoyed celebrating his big day with some loud music and front of this gorgeous grand entrance of that home with its towering palm trees, stunning lawn, and that monster-sized pool out back, there's almost no chance that Tory Lanez will be laying low at this property since it's not actually his to begin with. Alright everyone, that is gonna bring this house tour to a close. Before we head out though, do me one favor and ask yourselves this question. If you had a potential 22-year charge hanging over your head, would you be laying as low as possible or out there living your best life just in case you don't get a second chance to do so? Let me know what you would do in the comments down below. Otherwise, like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. My name is Kara the Vampire Slayer. Follow me on Instagram to chat further, and I'll see you all in another one. Bye!